Last year, I was the golden paddle winner and the runner-up. I got swept in the finals last year, and that was frustrating. Especially to lose to my dad. I think that he's my biggest rival, I would say. Me and him have kind of the strongest rivalry. We have the strongest connection. I think two competitors, I'm very competitive, so two competitors going at it, that's what's going to happen. We're going to have battles with each other. And, to go down to him, I was glad to see the title be kept in the family, but at the same time, you don't want to see him win. I love my dad, but I don't really want to see him win when it's against me, especially if it's against me. My dad said I have too high of expectations for myself. He's probably right. Heading into this, I did expect to win. I do have high expectations for myself. I believe in myself. I believe in my athletic ability. I'm an athlete. I'm a competitor. And I want to win more than anything. That's, a lot of people say having fun is the most important thing. I think winning is that's the whole reason you play the game, right? It's the whole reason we're here is to win and play the game. Obviously it's fun, but I see it as the whole purpose of playing a game is to try and win. That's why we keep score. If we were just hitting it back and forth, I'm not keeping score.
Kevin's a better player. I don't think he has better skill, he's just a better player. Because Alex takes it too seriously. He needs to have more fun out there.
I think Kevin had a better game record on Alex and during league play. Alex is very competitive, but that's expected,
I think this was the closest matchup by far. I didn't know who was going to win going into it. It was very intense. I think this, besides the championship match, was, I think, the most that we were quiet and focused, because it was just very exciting. It was back and forth,
I knew it was going to be a good matchup. Of course, I've played with Kevin for so long. I obviously thought he'd be a little favored. The one problem I think with Kevin's game is he gets in his head a lot. Like, if he's having a couple bad points, he'll really get in his own head and then become a little more lax in the game and maybe not care about it as much and just look forward to the next game. I definitely noticed that when I play him.
That was a great game. I feel like both of you guys play a similar kind of game. There's some extremely long points I watched, which probably the longest points of the whole tournament I've seen. Just point after point would be at least 20 ball rallies. Both of you guys are just not missing. It really came down to just really minute things, and it was neck and neck the whole way through. A very entertaining match to watch.
I think Alex and I might be, and maybe with Jaxon too, but I think us three are in a very similar pool of talent.
I played Kevin in our final game of the regular season. I was able to get into a more defensive mode and say, I'm going to let Kevin make the mistakes, and I played well against him. I took 1 of 2. I probably should have taken 2 of 3. had trouble adjusting in that game. He couldn't really adjust well with going with the wind. He's in a lot of balls long. I think he was trying to get a little too cute with it.
I just found myself, kind of being frustrated that game. I just couldn't deal with the conditions. For some reason, I wasn't really able to get over that hump, that game at all. And of course, Alex, playing very well and wasn't giving me a chance to. So, credit to him for that. It's a little bit of a different environment out here, but good player makes adjustments, right?
Yeah.
Got to make adjustments, got to make adjustments and not let that happen again.
How do you plan to adjust to the outdoor venue?
Well, I just got to hit it a little less soft. I've been hitting it long. Got to just focus more on the touch, the finesse, not just the power, not just smacking it. Got to hone in on the specifics, and should be able to get it done next game.
All right. How do you feel about that first matchup?
It feels good to win the first one. I mean, I beat him in the last one, last game of the regular season, honestly, last week. So it really feels good to get a dub and have a lead. I'm ready to go. I'm the 5th seed, but I'm looking to make some upsets. I'm looking to really show people that not as bad as my regular season denoted. It's definitely a different environment out here. I mean, it's definitely harder to see. The light definitely reflects off the table more, but I mean, listen, fuck it. I'm gonna win no matter what. I don't care where we're at. We've been playing in the pouring rain. I'm still gonna win. I don't accept failure. I don't accept losing. So, let's go out and get the brooms out. Let's go.
How do you plan on adjusting to the outdoor venue? Kevin asked Kevin the same question.
I don't know. I'm just gonna play how I feel. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I have a tough matchup again against him. I mean, whoever I play next is gonna be a tough matchup too. So, just play how I feel.
You guys playing or what?
All right.
Sounds good.
That was game 1.
I had to make better plays, you know. I couldn't adjust. I struggled to adjust, and you know, I got beat pretty bad, and I think that probably hurt me a little mentally, because I probably freaked out a little bit. I probably got a little bit uncomfortable. I doubted Kevin too much in my head. I didn't have enough faith in myself as well. You know, I really got my ass kicked in game 2, and I was probably just a little bit like, like what the fuck, you know, what's going on here? Tried to take a deep breath, but I just got a little too aggressive, and I couldn't keep it on the table again. I mean, I just struggled. I freaking struggled, man. I was disappointed in myself. I was upset, you know.
I felt a confidence going to the other side too, because I felt like the side that that I started on, that Alex played on the second game, was disadvantaged a little bit. At least, definitely in those first 2 games, I definitely felt that. Like I felt like I had kind of like a natural advantage with just the wind in that second game. You know, it was kind of heavy at that specific point in time, and you know, Alex, I'm never really beating Alex by that margin otherwise. So that kind of goes to show that there's some, you know, extracurricular factors, so to speak, that can affect, you know, a game of ping pong, especially outside. So yeah, so that obviously, you know, gave me confidence going forward, because then not just the score, but just the fact that I was able to tie up the series at 1-1, you know, and make it a new series going forward. If I recall correctly, I don't think it was quite as strong of a wind for that game, so I didn't feel as like disadvantaged really. But I definitely focused on not extending too much, not, you know, putting too much like actual muscle into hitting the ball. I was kind of just tapping it more and trying to worry about placement, spin, and all that, you know, those factors more than just trying to hit it hard or something, because that's, you know, where I definitely fell short in the first game.
My dad thinks that I have too high of belief in my abilities, but I know I'm an athletic person. You know, I'm obviously not the most athletic person in the world, otherwise I'd be playing some sort of professional sport, making a living doing that. But I consider any error I make, any point that I lose, it's an unforced error, in my opinion. You know, if my paddle can get to the ball, then I should get it over the net. I'm my own worst critic. Going into game 3, I kind of thought the person on the side going into the wind was going to win every single one, because it was just going to be too tough to play with that wind at your back. I was starting to fume a little bit. You know, it's sort of like a frustration that that'll simmer, right? And you know, after game 2, it was simmering. You could start to see the bubbles coming up a little bit, but I was still simmering, and I was just trying to I was almost trying to force my way to win, and I just couldn't. I can't do that against Kevin. He's a great player. And back's against the wall, right?
He was just playing really well at that point in time.
It was very exciting.
What Kevin does really well with is he doesn't give up on the play.
Kevin's a better player.
It's a little bit of a gust of wind, and he just clips it off that fucking table. What are you supposed to do? You know, you lose. It's frustrating. I got a fire under my ass to do it next year. Next year's gonna be bigger, it's gonna be better. And you know, I believe in my game.